Tell me the reasons. I remember my heart bumping to sky. Divinity, recalling the breath of a dead man. Thought of emergency flat line. Faces in wards and jelly legs, dancing walls above our head, bright colors and foolish loves. The way the sun hits in the wrong way. The way the drugs hits. I recall being careless, not able to whistle. I recall eternity, fake lands and cheap solutions. Sensations of glory and stable perfection. I find lost hours, never-ending buzzes. No need for ground. I said flowers desert. I said flowers desert. I said flowers desert. I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and dear spectators, I gladly welcome you all to this magnificent IFF World Floorball Championships below live here in Casino Helsinki. My name is Gabriel Airaksinen and I'll serve you as the host during this wonderful occasion. 16 great teams have qualified themselves through, but only one team can be the champion. Today we'll find out who will be facing one another in the group stage. The World Floorball Championships 2020 are played from December 4th here in Helsinki, Finland. Before we start the actual below, let's hear a speech from the representative of the local organization committee and a host federation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the executive director of the Finnish Floorball Federation, Mr. Kari Lampinen.
On behalf of the Finnish Floorball Federation, we want to warmly welcome you to the ballot for the Men's World Floorball Championships 2020. We are very happy to have you all here in such large numbers. We are excited to be able to organize the biggest sporting event in Finland in the year 2020. The organizing of the event has started already in 2017 together with the city of Helsinki. It's been over 2 years of preparations now, and we are coming very close to the finish line. During this time, we have been able to do more than just prepare for the event. Our strategy has been to do more with all stakeholders and with all aspects of the event. We are very happy to see that so many of our partners are here today following the ballot. They have enabled us multiple campaigns already now in good time before the event. Floorball is one of the biggest sports in Finland, and this event will be a highlight for floorball people and all people loving sports. Today is a big day for us and for all the countries participating in the event. We congratulate all the 15 countries who made it to the tournament, and Finland, of course. We warmly welcome all teams to Helsinki, Finland in December 2020. We wish you all a very exciting ballot. Hope you enjoy this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lampinen. Every great tournament has to have their own official tournament anthem. These tournament anthems will be released later on, but we already have an anthem made especially for floorball, and it's named after the slogan, "Love the way you play." Now you will hear a world premiere for the version made just for you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Evergreen in May and Noora Louhimo, Love the Way You Play.
Feel the breathing inside you, the fire in your eyes too. Walk through the hallway. Hold your mind, make it faster. No room for disaster. Be one step ahead. Tonight is the showtime, the mountain to climb. For the stars. Give it all, fight forever, to the end, stronger every day. Love the way you play. Give it all, fight forever, to the end, stay together. Love the way you play. Run higher and higher. A burning desire is a reason to go. With the power of thunder, make them strong, make them wonder. By reaching the stars. Give it all, fight forever, to the end, stronger every day. Love the way you play. Give it all, fight forever, to the end, stay together. Love the way you play. Hey, mastermind, don't leave behind the bright winter morning that night. Going through tough times makes you in the end love the way you Love the way you play. Give it all, fight forever, to the end, stay together. Love the way you play. Fight forever. Give it all, fight forever, to the end, stay together. Love the way you play.
Thank you, Evergreen in May and Noora Louhimo. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready to start the below. Please welcome to the stage the Secretary General of the International Floorball Federation, Mr. Jon Liljelund, and the President of the International Floorball Federation, Mr. Thomas Eriksson.
Good day, everyone. Also from the IFF, the International Floorball Federation, and the 16 participating countries, I have the pleasure to announce today's ballot. I am very, very happy to return again to Finland because the VFC 2020 will be the biggest event in floorball ever staged. We are redefining our strategy towards the period 2032, and hence we are looking at filling up a number of growth pockets. And that's why it's very important to stage top events. And in order to increase the awareness of the sport, increase the visibility of the sport, and to get floorball commonly known all over. And by this, I'm in particularly thankful that we are returning to Finland, because Finnish floorball, the country, the Republic of Finland, and in particular the city of Helsinki, have proved on a number of occasions that you are not only willing, but you are maybe the best organizers of our floorball events. So we are looking forward to the 2020 VFC later here in Finland, Helsinki. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Eriksson. Mr. Liljelund, please inform us, how does the ballot proceed?
So, ladies and gentlemen, the ballot is very simple. Hopefully we will make it the right way. There is some experience from before that it might go a little bit wrong. So the basic idea, the teams, the 16 teams are divided into 4 pots. So we have the pot number 4 with the teams 13 to 16, the pot number 3 with the teams 9 to 12, pot number 2 with teams 5 to 8, and the pot number 1 with teams ranked 1 to 4. The idea is that as we play in 4 groups, A, B, C, and D, we start with the pot number 4, and then ballot the first team then to group C, and then the second to group D, and so we go on until we have ended up with knowing which the teams from the first pot will actually end up into. And there has already been some national team coaches making a lot of wishes here in the room of who they want to meet and when they want to play against them, so hopefully the persons making the ballot in those pots are capable of delivering the right thing. I don't actually know if for example, the present head coaches of Finland, Sweden and Switzerland have all the same idea of who they should want to meet in the first stage of the tournament, but let's see.
We'll see that. Thank you, Mr. Liljelund. We will start drawing from the pot number 4. Miss Kaarina Salomaa, the member of the IFF Central Board, will join Mr. Liljelund as the lady luck for this pot. Welcome. All right, shall we start? Ladies first, right? First, the country to Group C. The first country to Group C, Thailand. And next up, a country to Group D. Japan. And next up, the second country to Group C. USA, United States. And last but not least, to the Group D. Singapore. Thank you, Ms. Salomaa and Mr. Liljelund. Now we know half of the groups C and D, and it's time to find out who will join these teams. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Deputy Mayor for Culture and Leisure from the City of Helsinki, Nazima Razmier.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the City of Helsinki, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to follow the group ballot of the World Floorball Championships 2020. We are very, very happy that Helsinki is the host city of the tournament, and I want to wish you all very welcome to Helsinki next December. In Finland, floorball is one of the biggest sports, just like we heard. Young and adults play it alike. In Helsinki alone, there are over 100 clubs where you can play floorball. Besides that, there are many informal teams where you can play just for fun with your friends, with your colleagues. This year, Helsinki was selected the sportiest city of Finland. We have suburb facilities for sport and exercise. And we want to encourage all citizens, especially children and young people to sit less and to move more. Our physical activity program is of top priorities in city strategy. We want to make physical activity an easy, smooth and attractive choice in people's everyday life. To support these goals, we are extremely happy to host international sporting events. They give visibility to different sports and may encourage spectators to try something new. The joy and excitement of sport is inspiring. The World Floorball Championships is the biggest international sport event in Finland this year, and it will bring hundreds of athletes and sport fans to Helsinki. Finland is the reigning world champion, which means that we will guarantee exciting matches in December. We hope to see many of you here in Helsinki in December. So once again, welcome, and of course in Finnish, tervetuloa Helsinkiin.
Thank you, Miss Razmier.
Is the most tech-savvy city on this planet? No idea. But Helsinki just became the world's first city as a service, now available for demo users. Here's the pitch. CAS is a service bundle that unlocks the whole city. Key features: inhabited by the world's happiest people, educated by one of the world's top education systems, and assured by one of the world's most secure countries. No wonder why they say Helsinki is. It has over 640,000 daily active users, but there's still a lot of space for early adopters like you. Connections work fluently, and the beautiful API supports all kinds of calls, from resident permits to healthcare and public transportation. The onboarding just clicks. Culture and entertainment are available as thousands of in-app purchases. Whatever hobbies and free time activities you desire, you can have. Overall, the front end is smooth and simple. And just like the mayor of Helsinki, Jan Vapaavuori, puts it, people
really like it. They love it. And why shouldn't they?
Well, there are reasons not to. Filthy bugs like snow and winter darkness, nightless nights in the summer, the flat skyline with no skyscrapers, silent locals sitting in saunas.
Those are not bugs. Those are carefully considered features.
Yeah. Just kidding, Jan. I know. My favorite feature is long enough loading times. Helsinki is not too busy. It's calm and hassle-free. A well-balanced capital city, close to tech and nature, perfectly in sync.
Welcome to the world's first city as a service.
To join Miss Razmier, please welcome to the stage the ambassador of Latvia, Miss Kristine Naziniece. Miss Naziniece, Latvia is a small country, but there is a lot of smaller sports that are standing out. How do you see these smaller sports and their future in Latvia?
I think it is not so important whether you are big or small. I think the most important is whether you strive for the horizon and whether you believe in what you do. And I think Latvians do see the horizon and believe in what they do, and that explains quite a lot of success in sports and music and so on and so forth. So I think the future is as high as the horizon.
Definitely. Thank you, Ms. Naziniece. Then, let's continue drawing from the pot number 3. Who will be the first lucky one? Ms. Razmier, please pick the first team to Group C.
Learn something. Yep.
A quick shuffle before. And yeah, that's okay. The first country going to the Group C, Slovakia. And next up, Ms. Naziniece, please pick a country to Group D. The third country to Group D will be Canada. And Ms. Rasmier, please pick the last team to Group C. The last country of Group C will be Poland. And of course, last but not least, the last country to Group D. It's a bit tight. The last team to Group D will be Australia. Thank you, Ms. Rasmier and Ms. Nazaniece. The groups C and D are now completely drawn. Let's have a quick recap on the groups drawn so far. Group C will be Poland, Slovakia, USA and Thailand, and Group D will be Australia, Canada, Singapore and Japan. We have now reached the halfway mark, but there is still Groups A and B left, so let's jump right back into it. Please welcome to the stage the event director of the WFC 2020, Miss Hanne Pirkola, and the executive director of the Finnish Floorball Federation, Mr. Kari Lampinen. Let's continue drawing from the pot number 2. Miss Pirkola, you're welcome. First up, a country going to Group A. The first team of Group A will be Latvia. And the next up, first team to Group B. Mr. Lampinen has chosen his country, and it will be in a moment. The first country of Group B will be Norway. Ms. Pirkola, please select the second team to Group B, or excuse me, Group A. The second team going to Group B will be Denmark. And Mr. Lampinen, last but not least, the second team to Group B joining Norway will be Germany. Thank you, Ms. Pirkola and Mr. Lampinen. And finally, let's draw from the pot number 1. Please welcome to the stage the President of the International Floorball Federation, Mr. Thomas Eriksson, and the Ambassador of Canada, Mr. Jason Tolland. Welcome. Mr. Tolland, we all know that ice hockey is a huge thing in Canada. How do you see the future of floorball in your country?
Well, I don't want to put too much pressure on our lads to win the tournament this year, but there are about 1.5 million hockey players in Canada, and floor hockey was the first hockey I actually ever played. Everybody played floor hockey, and I think it's only really a matter of time before floorball takes off in the same way. And one of the big promising initiatives in Canada is that Hockey Canada, basically the Professional Hockey Association, supports now the development of floor ball skills for professional players and also for young players. And I think it's only a matter of time before we make the contributions to the sport. And I'm really thankful for the opportunity to be here, and I wish our lads all the best in the tournament.
Thank you, Mr. Tolland. Let's continue drawing from pot number 1. Mr. Tolland, would you be the first one to select a third team to Group A? Joining Denmark and Latvia to Group A will be...
How much time have you got?
We are live until it's finished.
No pressure, no pressure.
The third team of Group A will be Sweden. And Mr. Eriksson was already shuffling. Please select the third team to Group B. Yeah, someone whispered to me that the tapes are pretty tight. Wonder why.
Like Finns. I can't open it. I'm just keeping you on a short leash.
Two-minute penalty.
No. I think we got it now.
The third team to Group B will be...
It's actually not opening.
Just a moment.
Mr. Ambassador maybe can give me a hand. This will be the longest ballot ever. Finally.
The third team to Group B will be Switzerland.
Sorry for interruption.
And no problem. The fourth team and the last team at going to Group A will be... Finland, the host country. And finally, the last team to Group B will be... The last team of Group B, Czech Republic. Thank you, Mr. Eriksson and Mr. Tolland. All teams are now successfully drawn into 4 groups. Let's have a quick recap on the groups drawn. Group A will be Finland, Sweden, Denmark and Latvia. Group B will be Czech Republic, Switzerland, Germany and Norway. Group C will be Poland, Slovakia, USA and Thailand, and Group D will be Australia, Canada, Singapore and Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the head coach from the defending world champion Team Finland, Mr. Petteri Nykky. Well, Mr. Nykky, now we know the groups. How does it look like?
It looks very good. Exactly, they knew what they were doing, choosing the teams, so I'm happy with it.
Sounds great. Any other comments on the upcoming World Championship Games?
Well, I think it'll be a great event, and I hope we have a lot of spectators watching and cheering all the 16 teams up on the games. It'll be best ever.
We hope so. Thank you, Mr. Nykky.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the finish line of this spectacular event. Thank you for being with us. Please follow the official accounts of the WFC 2020 on social media and follow the official webpage to keep up with the latest news. Have a wonderful rest of the day and we'll see you in December. Bye-bye.